Hello guys, I am here today to talk to you briefly about a product called Lipozene. Now, I saw these commercials a long time ago, and obviously I was skeptical as a kinesics professor, and I researched the ingredients, and I've taught my students this several times, but I thought I'd make a video, well, one, to educate more people outside the classroom, and two, make it a little easier on myself. Maybe I could just pop a video in during class and save about 10 minutes. But either way, I want to share with you a little bit about what I found regarding Lipozene. Now, Lipozene is also called Amorphoralis, if I'm saying that correctly, konjac. Now, basically what that is, Amorphoralis is just the genus of a plant, and konjac is the actual plant. It's an Asian plant, and basically this product, Lipozene, is exactly that's all it is. It's the root of this plant called konjac, and it's primarily fiber. It doesn't have a lot of calories, not enough to be significant, so it's not really high in calories, but it's mostly fiber, soluble and insoluble, indigestible part of the plant. One of the aspects or characteristics of this plant is that when it comes in contact with water, it will swell, and I think that's one of the primary aspects of Lipozene, and one of the ways that they say that it promotes weight loss is that it expands in the stomach and therefore perhaps will decrease or diminish hunger to a certain extent. That ingredient alone, konjac, not really a big deal. I want to address a few of the other ingredients, but just know that konjac itself is high in fiber, which is good for you, and that alone is really not all that bad. Another ingredient is gelatin. Gelatin, I just want you to think of gelatin as kind of an odorless, tasteless, relatively harmless glue. Just think of it as a component that perhaps helps hold this mass together. It's not really going to be digested very quickly, if at all, and it's just going to kind of help the mass stay together and stay full, if you will. It's got something called microcrystalline cellulose, and that one's a little more complex in where that comes from. Actually, it has to go through a lot of different processes to get to this stage where it can be put into these pills. But that's not really all that bad. Again, just think of that as another digestible fiber or indigestible fiber. Maybe something else to just kind of go along with the konjac and the other gelatin. Now, there's only a few more ingredients in Lipozene. It's really not all that compact with a lot of different ingredients, but there are a few that I want to address specifically, and one of them is called magnesium silicate. Now, if you look up magnesium silicate, it's pretty much just magnesium, or for the most part it's magnesium. However, some researchers claim that it can cause various types of cancer. Now, is it definitive? No, but it is one of the questionable ingredients. Another one is something called, I want to pronounce it correctly here, stearic acid. Now, stearic acid, that's a problem. When you have significant amounts of the stearic acid, and it doesn't say how much of stearic acid is in this, but stearic acid can be saturated on its own naturally. Just think of it as an acid that naturally occurs in plants or animals. But if it's hydrogenated, which it can occur in that, if it's hydrogenated by man, then it becomes extremely dangerous. It's a hydrogenated fat, and that is when we come into a problem. Now, it doesn't say which of those two types of fat it is. Now, either way, it's not good. But if it is hydrogenated by man, it's like pouring super glue into your blood vessels. Very, very harmful. Another ingredient is titanium dioxide, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, titanium dioxide. That's most likely a coloring agent. It's very white. I wouldn't really think it's dangerous in this product. Now, that particular element is dangerous just based on the width of the actual element. If I believe it's smaller than 0.1 nanometers or micrometers or microns or something like that, then it's dangerous. But for this product, I don't think they would have gone to the efforts to make that element that small. So I think we're safe there. The last ingredient is simply a coloring agent. It's FD and C blue number 1. That's simply a coloring agent. So I've gone over the few ingredients now. You may think, okay, it's good, it's bad, it's whatever. There were only 2 questionable ingredients in this Lipozene that I think might be detrimental So at that point, you take it as you wish. Is this something I can take? Is it something I don't want to take? So let's stress a little bit about the commercial. The commercial says, and they really pour on the drama here, for those who have given up the battle against body fat. If you've given up, you know, you're considering liposuction or other types of surgery, this might be your answer. Well, again, this just is more of a filler agent. If anything, it just goes in, it's going to expand, it's going to become this gelatin mass, and it might make you feel full. Now, if you really look at the fine print of the commercial, it says that participants lost a little less, I think it's 3.8 pounds over 8 weeks. 3.8 pounds over 8 weeks. That's not very much. In fact, that comes down to about a slice and a half or 2 slices of bread a day, of course, depending on your bread, but it's really not all that much. And certainly, I don't think that someone can continue or incorporate a very poor, high saturated fat diet and inactivity and take these pills and expect to come out with a relatively low body fat percentage. What I did is just to kind of stress the idea of the fact that this is nothing but a filler, is I put a pill, one of the pills, they're blue pills, I put one of these blue pills in a 1 teaspoon of water, a small little 7-ounce glass, and I want to show that to you now. And you can kind of see how it expands, and it just acts as a filler, and maybe I can show you a little bit about the viscosity of that particular substance. Long story short, let me summarize. Lipozene, it's not a miracle drug. It's not. In fact, I think one of the things I really want to stress with this and other videos that I've made is that there is no quick fix. In fact, much like the commercial says, if you really, for those who've given up the body fat battle, my suggestion is to give up believing and searching for a quick fix, because there's simply not one out there. Throw out the fad diets, throw out these ridiculous pills. You know, just get to the point where you can get your mind right, get active, and get a proper diet, and you'll get the results you want. Thank you for your time.